All right, it's been nearly 9, 10 months since my last reef tank update, my other hobby. So I figured I'd just shoot a video, be easier than taking pictures and telling stories. So we'll start with the old tank. This is a 135 gallon acrylic tank, flat back hexagon. I added a few new things here, a little bit of change. Pardon, both my tanks are getting water changes tomorrow and they're pretty dirty. So I added this new coral. I guess you'd call this a polyp style coral here on this big rock. It's doing really well. We'll talk about the corals first. Had a few surprises come out of it, some extra critters I'll tell you about later. That right there is the seaweed clip. So I want to give them seaweed. Also added this open brain coral. This is a skeletal coral, or a stony coral, whatever you want to call it. And there's some mushroom polyps. Back here we got a spaghetti leather. It's doing okay. One of my toadstool corals, this one here, is kind of in like a shutdown mode for some reason. It's all leaned over, which is fine. It's giving the spaghetti coral a little more action. And then there's the big mammoth toadstool coral I've had for many years right there. So big guy. And we got some leather finger corals, or devil finger corals over here. Had those forever. They're kind of a nuisance more than anything. A little baby one growing there. Oh, there's a little baby toadstool coral coming up there. Candy cane coral has seen better days for some reason. It's not happy right now. I'm going to give it a little... I don't think it's real stable. I think it's swaying in the current a little bit, so I think that's what's causing it to shut down. So, changes in this tank. The blonde naso I had for about 9 months, he gradually got skinny and passed away from malnutrition. So I added 2 new fish recently. This guy about 2 months ago. This is a magnificent foxface. His name's Bob. He's from Indonesia. He's very friendly. He's always hangs out the front of the tank. It's getting close to feeding time, so he's a little edgy. Oh, there's Oscar down there. Hey, Oscar. I've had Oscar for years. He is a watchman goby. He likes to collect all the little hermit crabs and stack them up in a pyramid. And then over here we got, this is my newest addition. This is only his second day. He's a little skittish. Powder blue tang, no name yet. We'll see how he does. He seems pretty healthy. I had my importer guy get him. And there's Frickin' Frack, my mated clownfish pair that like to bite the living hell out of my knuckles every time I clean the tank, which isn't fun. Don't have any problem with the Aptasia anemones anymore, thanks to some of these. There's 3 of them in here. I moved 2 to the other tank. Peppermint shrimp are in here somewhere. Sometimes they like to hide out. They're actually kind of friendly. If they see me, they'll come out. Oh, there's one there behind the skimmer. Oh, there's 2 behind the skimmer hanging out. What are you guys doing back there? Come on out. Get out here. Little stinkers. So let me zoom in on them a little bit. That's 2 of them. There's 3 in here yet. Pretty hardy little shrimp. Actually, all shrimp are pretty hardy, as long as you have pretty good water chemistry. Where's my big fire shrimp at? Let's take a look over here for him. Let's zoom out a little bit. He's got to be, he always hangs out in here somewhere. Oh, I see one of his antennas. Can't seem to find him. He's being camera shy. Where is he? He's up in there. He is. Oh, under there. He's a big sucker for a fire shrimp. Had him like, I'm gonna guess like 4 years, 5 years, somewhere in that range. The elder statement is Oscar the, there's Scat the second, my blue-green chromie. Looks like someone nipped one of his fins off. He's been around a long time. Chromies don't normally live forever, but that's it for the old geezer tank. And then the newer tank, and there's basically been no change in this tank whatsoever. By the way, I got the powder blue for Maldives straight in, and that's Cindy. I've had Cindy for about 8 years, and she was a little tiny little tadpole. She's my little yellow tang. She gets dark in here, so she likes to chase a reflection. There's my Cindy's from Hawaii. All yellow tangs are from Hawaii. There is my leopard grass over here. Oh, hi, Cindy. And that's Kira. I've had her for quite a few years. They're supposed to be impossible to keep, but she does good. She sleeps under the sand. You'll notice how dirty the tank is. I'm going to clean it up. That's a big old empty conch. They're all freaking out. And then I got my flame angel from Christmas Island, that is Queen Cersei. She is a bitch, and thus the name. Let me zoom back on the tank a little bit. So, no big changes here. Didn't add any corals. Got tons of that xenia coral growing everywhere. There's some polyps and some mushrooms. Also, I put a couple of the peppermint shrimp. There's a dartfish. The only fish I've lost in the last 3 years in this tank is his brother, who got killed by Cersei. Impaled her, killed her dead. There's a peppermint shrimp that's always in here somewhere. Yeah, he's pretty quiet. They don't, since there's a wrasse in here, they don't come out that much. So that new rock with all the polyp corals in the other tank saw something blue coming out of the bottom of it, and it was this guy, a blue starfish. Been doing good about 4 or 5 months. Normally, sometimes you don't have good luck with starfish. Named her Stacy the Starfish. Let's see if we get a better look at her from over here. There's Stacy. She more nocturnal, they active at night. I move around a little bit later tonight. Oh, and there's Peppy. Peppy is very friendly. Peppy's waiting for dinner. That's where dinner comes in, and Peppy's just rearing to go. Not scared of the wrasse at all, like the peppermint shrimp. Oh, I just see it. Inside my old conch shell, giant conch shell, there's one of the turbo snails, a huge mother that came out of that new rock I got. So I think there was 3 turbo snails came out, a couple blue leg crabs, and a starfish. All for free. There's my bubble, what do you call it, frog spawn coral, not doing so great up there. Had the big trauma where I didn't change the water for almost 6 months and about killed most of my stony corals. And that down here, where is it? That's all that's left of my old hammer coral. It might come back. Really, there's these other soft corals. I've cut 3 times as much as you see out of this tank to keep growing like crazy. So there's one of the leather fingers on shutdown. They shut down, they shed their skin and get bigger, and then they drop pieces all over the place. And that's how they reproduce, which is kind of a pain in the you-know-what. So there you have it. Got the still have the 3 main fish in here, plus the firefish and some shrimp and a bunch of crabs in both. When you feed, you can really see them. They're camouflaged so well that they're hard to see. A lot of times I'll spot some up here on this conch shell, but I don't see them up there right now. So that's it. Dirty, dirty tanks. Tomorrow I am doing water changes on both. And there's the other tank, other side of the room. There you go, focus in. Yep. So pretty beautiful powder blue. See how it does after a while. Fox face is adjusted well. All the other fish have been there for years, so no issues there. And who's this down here? Henry. Henry's tired. He's had a busy day. Out for walks, looking for people to play with. You know what I'm saying? You want to go for a walk? Oh. Ooh. We'll go for a walk. You're too tired. Go back to sleep. All right, that's it for all now. Thank you.